What's up, beautiful people, to another episode of Conversations with Christian. Man, it's me, gjuNV in the house. We also have O'Neal Dalibay in the building. We are here for another wonderful podcast episode in which we are going to give you like a case study, right? We're going to give you a real life example to the conversation that we had on Tuesday, which was talking about the power of the mind and how the mind will ultimately dictate what you experience in life that you get to live on the outside. And so we have some people that are familiar to you and maybe somebody that is not familiar to you that we're just going to dive into their story and just share little bits of points of like, that is how the mind is powerful and how you want to be mindful of the things that you think, the things that you say, and the things that you allow come on the inside of you. So I'll let you go first, my friend.
Yeah, sure. Actually, before we continue though, if you did not see Tuesday's episode, you need to rewind. Go back, run that back, watch it. You know, it was very good, it was powerful, and helps to add. Not to say that you can't watch today's episode without necessarily seeing that, but hey, why not? Since you're here, go ahead and pause right here. And go to that one. You saw that? I paused.
Hello, I did it too.
Okay. I paused for a little bit just so to let you know to go back and watch the episode from Tuesday prior to help to add on to our conversation. But like Ricky was saying, we, of course, like to bring to you all, make it simple, right? Real life scenarios, examples, tips and things that maybe we've lived, right, in our life to to help to add on to, again, whatever situation you might be dealing with, to help encourage you, to uplift you. On Tuesday, you said like 4 A's. I was like, okay, I can't remember what they were, but it was like 3 A words. I was like, boom, boom, boom. All right, Ricky, you hitting them.
See, and that's why you got to go back.
You got to go back.
You got to go back to catch all of those.
But for today, though, we have a couple examples of, real life people who used, the power of the mind that God has given them. And of course, lean on God as well to help guide them into something that was an idea that then birthed and became a reality, right? We had talked about, of course, just some of the things that we see like planes and so on and how it all started from an idea and then here we are now. But for today, though, one of the individuals that I picked is Tyler Perry, right? A lot of us, we know of Tyler Perry and we watched the movies that he's put together and started off with like plays and so on. So it's amazing, his story and how, where he was born and his upbringing, and how he grew up with really nothing, right? A lot of times, like the stories that we hear about some of these celebrities or whatever, it's good to know their background and to know the fact that where they were and where they are now, it's not the same.
Two different things.
So hopefully, that kind of helps to inspire or us. And with his story, of course, grew up, he was, in poverty. Louisiana, I believe, is where he was born. But grew up, very poor upbringing. But then something that I read about his upbringing that's like, oh, wow, that is so amazing. And it connects directly to what we've been talking about as part of the show as well is early on when he was younger, he saw the importance of writing down things that he experienced in life, right? Where he kept a journal in a sense, right? Where he wrote down things that he wanted that occurred in his life as well as to remind himself of certain things. And, we talked about, words of affirmation and, journaling and uplifting yourself, but he saw the importance of that. So he would write things to himself and so on and so forth, and then, at one point also, he was even living out of his house. He was homeless, right? He was homeless, but he never gave up. He saw the things that were, occurring in his life. This is my current situation, but that does not mean that this has to be my, story in a sense, right? God has given me these, ideas, and I've added on to, writing. I wrote them down and so on. And I'm going to stay and keep my mind focused on these things versus giving up, right? Because obstacles will come. So many barriers will happen in life, but he didn't give up. And from there, he was able to create and produce, I want to say it was over 20 plays and like 7 movies. And he started movies as Medea, right? Which is what he started off as. And even that, like, people, will say, oh, Medea, like, why is this man dressing up as a woman and this, not whatever else? Like, like, hey, this is the thing. This is what God has shown me. This is what I believe. Like,
in my journal.
In my journal, this is how I want to tell my story or these stories.
Yep.
And he didn't allow that to stop him. And then also he'll star in movies as himself, right? Yes. So it's like, but all that to say, he, God has shown him some things. He wrote them down. He captured them. He did not give up on his dreams, right? The things that, again, he believed in and that were in his mind, where he put from here, he put it on paper, basically, right? Where we talked about like vision boards and different things too, to bring it. It's real when you write things down versus just keeping it up here in your head. So, but that's one of the individuals.
And then like look at him now, right? So
and look at him now, his own
mega complex. And he has Hollywood in the South, which is his own Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta.
Yeah, and he's actually the richest actor too. I looked, is like he's made more money than Tom Cruise or like all of them. He's a billionaire compared to them, and like only $500 million.
What a way to live life.
Your net worth is only $500 million. I'm $1 billion. Well, what is that? But look at him now.
And even recently, I don't know if you saw, but struck a deal with Amazon, I believe, for either 3 or 4 films that will be broadcast on Amazon Prime. So shouts out to you, Tyler Perry. Man, that was a good one.
He's doing.
See, now I'm going to have to like shift mine because of like the route that you went. But I'm going to say the first person that I'm going to say that used the power of the mind to get him to where he is Primetime, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. Okay. So shouts out to you, Deion Sanders, sir, and the great man that you are. But the part that I want to highlight and just talk through because of Tyler Perry that you used is his story that he shared of when he told his mom, I believe he was like 7 years old, and he told his mom that she'll never have to work again. Like, I'm going to make sure you never have to work again. You'll have more money than you'll ever need. Wow. I'm going to be rich. You're going to be taken care of. Don't worry about it, mama. I got you. This 7-year-old kid with that mindset.
Saying
that. I'm saying that to say like what he did then gave him the willpower, right? So I'm talking about willpower now. The power of the mind can give you willpower to get you to the things that you want to achieve, things that you want to do, and the things that you say that you're going to do, right? Tyler Perry had willpower to persevere through all the different adversaries and challenges and things that he went through. So did Coach Prime Deion Sanders. Why? Because he went through high school, did his thing, was recruited by Florida State, did his thing, Jerry Curl and all. Went to the league, played for multiple teams, right? And what I want to emphasize is Atlanta Falcons because I'm a Falcons fan. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing, high-stepping, show-stopping.
I was wondering if you ever, the high-stepping, if that was, you did it back in the day.
I did actually, because I was cornerback at my time when it was my prime. At my time, and I would do it. You know what I'm saying? It felt good. Why? Because prime time did it, but at the age of 7, he had the fortitude, the mindset enough to say, if I say and I want to do a thing, I can vocalize it, visual it, and achieve it, right? If I vocalize it, I can visualize it, and I can achieve it. Pastor Poe, our pastor, used to say that when I say things, you should see things. And I believe that when he said to his mom at the age of 7, those things to her, he knew from that point on, I was going to accomplish that thing. So I'm challenging you. Start saying things that you want to see and then persevere until you see those things. And now we see him now. Like I said, went through the league and then got out and then start coaching himself. Not coaching himself, but start coaching his sons. Now did Jackson State, did phenomenal at Jackson State. Undefeated season this year, 2022. I think it went 13-0, win the SWAC championship and everything, but was there, turned that program around. He only lost 5 games in 3 years.
Well, that's amazing.
5 games.
Also, you didn't say the fact that he was a 2-sport star, baseball as well.
Hello.
He and Bo Jackson are I want to say that's probably like the last time they actually even allowed for something like. Jordan was not a baseball star. Let's not go there.
You said played. You said played.
No, like as far as like
you just say star.
Well, let's go with star. Bo Jackson.
Yes, Bo Jackson was
football and
he was an outfield
baseball star
and football. Yeah,
and Deion Sanders. Yeah,
I give you that. And Deion Sanders played for the Braves too.
They played for the Braves.
So shouts out to you, Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But saying all that to say, that he used his mind, used willpower to get him to where he is, even now being the head coach at Colorado, the University of Colorado, however you say it, but the Buffalo.
Yeah,
So I think it's CU. So Colorado University.
That's awesome, actually, because a moment ago, the example. So what I gave
is a dog.
It's not
a lizard.
Oh, no, it's all good. Now, what I gave a moment ago is it relates to the power of the mind with Tyler Perry, where he wrote things down, right? So like he visualized or he had it in his mind, but then he put it on paper. And then you just said a moment ago, vocalize and visualize, right? Mm-hmm. All of those things, I like it. That's really good. Yeah, vocalize and visualize
until you realize.
Oh snap!
Why not? If we're here, let's just be in the bag. Let's just be in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Vocalize and visualize
until you realize
the things of which you said.
Wow!
And you just keep that circle
You're hitting
going.
them with it, and then in addition, we're going with writing it down. Vocalize, visualize until you realize. Wow, I love it.
Yeah, that's what the mind can do.
That's what it can
do.
The
mind will do what you tell it to do.
Yeah. For my second person, I don't know his full story, of course, but it's you see it a lot now. Like the young man, I believe his name is Sherrod Simpson, who created the God is Dope, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Because one of the things too, with kind of reading his story a little bit, and it really showed me sometimes going back to something that I've mentioned in the past too. We can talk ourselves out or feel like we have to do this big grandiose thing in order for us to either be successful or to fulfill the things that God is telling us, right?
Gotcha.
But for him, he has a simple product that he has. It's a t-shirt. Mm-hmm. Says God is dope. 3 words, right? I believe for his story, a while ago I kind of heard a little bit and read a little bit about his story where he basically had spent the last either $10,000 or $15,000 that he had, where he ordered a whole bunch of just plain white T-shirts, right, and had a screen printing thing. Yeah. Where a guy really put this in his heart for, a while ago, but he kind of sat on the what God was telling him, sat on the vision, I guess you can say, right? Yeah. And kind of didn't do anything with it for a while. Again, going back to the potentially feeling like, okay, what exactly? I know I want to do something. I want to do something for the kingdom. I want to do something for myself. I want to do something for my family. But what, right? Because we can have so many ideas in our minds, and we can have so much that's happening at once as it relates to one particular thing, or maybe you have multiple ideas where it's just scattered, right? Yeah. It's just a lot of things. But then again, we might feel like it has to be this huge thing, but no. It was simple. Okay, the 10, 15,000 where he had thousands of shirts basically sitting in his living room, right? With the screen printing, and it's like, okay, well, what is it? Let's keep it simple. Get this message. God is dope. Kind of started producing. At first, didn't see great success initially, but then nothing, if God is telling you something, sometimes it might happen immediately. Hey, which is perfect. But sometimes it might take time, right? Yeah. But we need to allow for it to grow and to become the thing that, God originally intended for it to be. So then, for him, all of a sudden now you start to see some celebrities wearing his product. Like, okay. And now it's like, I want to say he's not a household name per se, but the product itself
is known.
You'll see it's known and it's worn. And like the moment like he and that company will drop a new shirt or a new product or whatever. I think now they have, in addition to God is Dope, like the shirt, they've expanded out to where recently I saw something that said blessed, and then there's like God is Dope, and then I saw like they do dresses now and hats and whatever else. So it started with an idea, from there a vision God had given them, and then for him to be obedient and take the step forward to do the thing that he needed to do. Take the action, the first step, right? Okay, let's order these shirts. God, I don't know where this is going. I got thousands of plain white T-shirts in my living room.
Spend my
last $10,000 or $15,000 to buy these things. Okay, you gave me an idea that was in my mind, right? Now let's go ahead and put it into action, and the rest is on you. Lay it, at your feet and cast my worries to you, and then boom, next thing you know, selling shirts left and right. Wait a minute, what's happening here?
Right.
But yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, the founder and creator of God is dope. You know, it's a person that kind of came to mind as well. Yeah.
No, I dig that. And so for mine, my second person is none other than Steve Harvey, right? And I could have used so many different people, but I will say, like, he's the one for me that motivates me, keep me inspired and going as it pertains to the mind. I mean, there's so many, right? I could have said Tony Robbins, I could have said Zig Ziglar, I could have said Jim Rohn, right? Yeah. The list goes on of all different kind of greats of people that talk about things from a motivational perspective, from the power of the mind, all that good stuff. But I love Steve Harvey, not only because of like all he's doing now, not because he was a comedian, but even like his story, right? And the part that I saw with Deion is like, it's a part that just radiates to me. And that was like the story, I don't know if you heard it, of when he was a child in, I forgot what grade level, I'm going to say elementary. But he was asked to read, he had a very bad speech impediment.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
He was asked to read something in front of the class. Well, no, he was asked to write down what he wanted to be when he grew up. And people, you know, wrote down what they wrote down. And he wrote down that he wanted to be on television. And so he turned it to the teacher. The teacher read it and said it out loud. Like, you dumb. Like, you'll never be on
you can't
TV.
Even put two words together.
You can't do this. You'll never be able to do this. Largely because they didn't know anybody that was on TV and all that good stuff. And so fast forward, right? He's clearly on TV. And the thing that he does, right, because of the teacher doing that, is that he mails her for Christmas a television set so that she could see him on TV.
Oh, snap. Are you for real?
For years.
Wow.
Years.
Wow.
Yeah, I wonder what she does with him now. Like,
wow. So for every Christmas, I'm going to mail you a TV. You're the one who said that I can't make it on television.
You're the one that said
but look at me now.
Look at me now.
So here's a TV for you to see me in high HD 2080
he probably did all quality. Curves, plasma.
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
What's the latest and greatest? I'm gonna make sure you get that. I would do that out of my pettiness.
That's amazing, actually, because I mean, I know we're talking about the mind right now. You can almost use that as for a discussion about your motivators, right? Like what potentially different things that happen in our lives to motivate us to go beyond, to motivate us to, you know, achieve the thing that we believe, right? In this case, potentially, this individual, this teacher might have been like, you'll never make it or whatever.
She was a catalyst.
Well, I will prove you wrong, and I will keep that in mind. Watch me work, watch the things that happen. And then from there, as a reminder of the fact that I was able to achieve the thing that I told you and that you did not believe me that I would do, here's a little subtle reminder, for you to, you know, as you flip, you might pass Family Feud
a few times. You might pass the Steve Harvey show.
You might, you
might watch Miss America.
You might see me. Hey, oh man, I love it.
So now that was dope. But then even outside of that, if you don't follow him on TikTok or Instagram, I don't know what you're doing, you should, because he'll do like little inserts, but they come from his show. So in the beginning of Family Feud and even his TV show that I believe he had, I don't know if he still has it, but he would talk to the crowd. And he would use that time to just share how he was able to achieve and get to where he is. And a lot of it is motivation using positive words, right? He recommended us to read, and I say us because I read the book, The Power of Positive Thinking or Thinking Big or something like that. 2 books that he recommended. I read both of them. I'll put links down below for those as well. I have them on bookshelf, but The Power of Thinking Bigger. I think that's what it is. And then another one, I don't know. It's a white book with blue letters on the cover. And the other one, I believe, is like yellow. But in it all, I'll put it down below. But he also talks about vision boards and the power of vision boards and visualizing things and places that you want to be, right? So that was like another mind trick that he was like, use this for your mind to get you to where you want to be. And then one of his, I'm going to call it like latest tools or pieces of advice that he uses to talk about the mind is a scenario in which I'm gonna use it because my man said to use it, and what he said so far has been working. And this is a scenario where he says, next time you take a flight, seek to upgrade to first class. And he says with the idea that once you experience what first class is like. Once you realize the difference between what you get in the front, be it leg room, be it service, be it options of food, drinks, and list goes on, you will never want to go back to where you came from. You will tell yourself, you will mentally tell yourself, I need to figure out ways to get back to first class. And why is that important? Because people in first class usually live in, well, they usually do things different than people in coach, right? Either they're business owners or they have a great position in their job, which means that their character maybe is a little bit better. Maybe their work ethic is a little bit better. I don't know what it is, but I'm saying it to say, he says that trick will help you to get you to where you want to be. That simple trick of asking to be upgraded to first class. Pay what it charges you to pay. Like, do what it requires you to do, but you definitely want to get that experience. So I said it to say I'm gonna do it. But here lately I've been flying internationally, and that's a different cost.
I mean,
and so I'll put that in the back burner. But it's something that I want to do.
Some of you need to have your mind set on flying. Then what is that airline?
Emirates?
No, I want to say it's like not Qatar or
so Air. It's either Qatar or Emirates.
It's a particular air, but first class is like a whole pod situation. That's what you need to set your mind. So you go, ooh, that's next level.
That is next level. When it happens, I'm gonna do a vlog. So
that is because you see like,
I'm gonna put it in the comment section. Hello.
But of course, you know, as we think about the word, how it tells us, set our minds on, things that are above and not of the earth, right? I love that, and I think, as you were talking, and for me too, I was thinking about my experience growing up. And where I am now in life, where growing up, I will admit, like, I was a glass half empty type person. That's where, I would set my mind at or on whatever the situation might be, right? A request comes in, I would always look at and think of the negative from that thing, right? I think part of the reason why I'll say that I did that, and probably maybe for the same for some of you, is I did that so that I would not set myself up for disappointment. Right? So I would think of the worst. Like, I would like for this to occur, but it's probably not going to happen. This other thing will happen, right? So literally the situation that was, you can see it maybe one way or, but the way that I would see it and I would set my mind at was negativity, right? But it's good for you to think differently and switch around and, look at things, take and go to every situation with a positive mindset, right? With something positive. And I don't want to say like, allow that person to prove you otherwise or allow that situation to prove you otherwise, but go in with a good mindset that, hey, something good will come out of whatever it is, right? If your spouse wants you to do something that, like, for me, I like live music, but I don't like live music. Meaning, if my ears, I'm just so used to hearing a song sung a certain way by the original artist. Like, my wife loves going to these, like, I don't want to say lounges or whatever, but like these places where like these artists and they play live music, like, like a cover band type situation. But then like if I'm used to a note being hit like la 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 la, but then like I go to someone and it's like another, it's like la 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 la, like it's all over the place
like that.
Like that. My ears, like, I'm just, but then like before I would go and like, oh man, but now it's like, okay, let me go in with a positive mindset, positive attitude. Like, okay, well, this is something that she likes to do. Opportunity for us to, maybe spend some time together and so on. As well as, I don't know, like maybe I'll think of something positive about the situation. I'm not going to enjoy the music because, it's going to not sound the way that I'm used to. But I might find this other element that I'm, that I find positive. I don't say enjoyable, but you know what I mean. But like positive, yeah. So switching the way that we think as it relates to, definitely for me, I'll say has helped me tremendously, with, career and with, family life and with whatever other things. Like, okay, well, of course, there'll be times where, it's kind of hard to think positively about a certain situation or person or scenario, whatever. But, I'll challenge you to try to think of and, you know, set your mind on the positive things versus the negative, you know, with everything that you do.
I dig that. That's your challenge. And also another challenge is, shouts out from my perspective for Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, because I don't know you, right? Coach Prime and Steve Harvey for being an inspiration for me, letting me know how the mind can create the reality that you live in. And I definitely say to let us know in the comment section below, who are some that you look out to see and to say, oh man, like I can use this mind of mine because they use theirs to get to where they are, and I can use mine to do the same thing. So you said Tyler Perry
and Sherrod Simpson.
Boom. God is dope. So again, let us know your people, and you know, we can all grow from each other, and I can look your people up just as y'all can look our people up. Again,
I'm gonna look at the thing you said about Steve Harvey, though. I think it's funny.
No,
you know,
dope.
every Christmas, mail something out to him.
And of course, as a comedian, of course, he says it much more comically than I did, because it's a real story for him, as opposed to like a second-hand story. So definitely check it out. It's
I'm
hilarious, bro, because you can tell he means it, like, and bro, if I was him, I would also send like a TV guide. Like, here are the times in which it's
a highlight and circle where I'll be on. Or if I'm on the cover of whatever TV guide or magazine, send it to her as well. Thank you, Miss Blank, for not believing in me. But yeah, I love it. I love it.
Hello.
But God did. I love it.
God did. So, in it all, with it all, we thank you and appreciate you all for tuning in with us. And we'll probably do some more like these. On Thursdays, kind of dive in with a case study and actually like a figure or a person that will speak to what we talk about on Tuesday. It's just applicable, right? It's nothing more than applied information through the experience of others. So, with it all, in it all, we love you all. We appreciate you all. And of course, we will see you on our next episode. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. All right, till next time. Peace.